Ой. Кто бы объяснил, как этот GitHub работает, я не понимаю. Как мне файлы сюда добавлять нормальные? Сука, все сломали. Он так 200 мегабайт скачивает. Надо будет просто новый создать, а этот в архив добавить. Вот и все. Типа здесь все равно ничего нет. Здесь все равно ничего нет. Типа просто новый создадим. Типа это была там версия 0.3, условно говоря. И я больше не хочу с этим возиться, с этой это самое. Типа пофиг вообще. Ну, я большие файлы. Я прям совсем большие файлы, там по 100 мегабайт я не добавляю. То есть, а те, которые есть, они типа вот только из-за этого, понимаете, вот из-за этого не коммитили. Типа не коммитили, потому что, я думаю, надо настроить, чтобы можно было большие файлы коммитить. А нет. Сука, начали вон октябрь, ноябрь, декабрь, блядь. 3 месяца прошло, пиздец. Пиздец, 3 месяца прошло. Ох, вот с такими темпами, если все будет, то это, конечно, блядь. Ну и последний месяц прям вон совсем нихуя. Много вон за месяц поменялось, только все сломали. За месяц только все сломали. А, я еще этот чат этот не включил. Печально. Непонятно, оно с этим файлом как? Тут же не написано. Если я в один файл добавляю, то он сначала этот файл, а потом тот файл, или сначала тот файл, а потом этот файл? Их же два, они конфликтовать друг с другом будут. Ой. Наверное, было два значка, надо еще добавить было. И типа смысла нет никакого скачивать все равно всю эту хрень. Если надо, можно скачать один. Один, да, то есть можно где-то... Где-то вообще можно старый скачать, и это не особо. Типа... Не особо это самое. Не знаю там, насколько это будет работать, но тем не менее. И из git-ignore это не убрали, то оно и не закоммитилось бы. Так оно закоммитилось, но обычно, видимо. Где сами? Нам не сами эти файлы нужны. Нужна папка с ресурсами вообще. Сами эти файлы нужны. Ой. Сука, ничего не понятно. Да знаю я, что он закончился. Вы сами не можете, чтобы я не заходил каждый раз и не выбирал. Какой же ужас. Можно только новый создать. Вот понимаете, какой ужас, а? Ну, еще часика два, значит, постримим. А это оно и не видит. А это оно и не видит. Все печально-то как. Как один файл, блядь. Все файлы PSD, например. Ну, если все файлы, так они можно было, но тут они и все называются UASet. Вообще можно было все UASet, наверное, и добавить, потому что, типа, от них вообще толку никак, типа, что они там, как они, вообще все может добавить, все, то есть, как бы, все файлы. Почему бы и нет? Больше и не получится. Сорок семь. Да. Лучше бы просто коммитили тогда и все, и без вот этого перерыва ужасного, раз все равно ничего не работает. Потом все это нужно будет... Нет, заново начинать бессмысленно. Нужно все это будет почистить как-то. Все нужно будет почистить. Ничего делать не могу. Сейчас батарейка сядет все равно через полчаса. Вернулись, вот месяц куда-то прошел, вот и вернулись назад. Ну почему постоянно она спадает, я понять не могу. Мне это в могилу, сука, сведет вся эта хуйня, блядь. Почему у тебя вот это affinity, блядь, не остается никогда, блядь? Почему, блядь? Почему, блядь? Предыдущие мы просто все сломали, вот поэтому и решили, что лучше старое скачать. Лучше, чем новое починить, лучше в старое новое добавить, в которое работало. Еще 3 дня потратили, опять скачивали этот хаос, скачивали эту физику новую. Она опять не работает, я ее включил, она не работает. Она, сука, не работает. То есть она, ну я хуй знаю, она работает, наверное, нет, но все вот эти коллизии, блядь, не работает ни одна из них. Вот по этой дорожке ходить нельзя было, вот по тем нельзя ходить, да, то есть как-то я... И вообще там все сломалось. Вот. Потом стрельба вот эта как-то сломалась, хотя я вообще ее не трогал. То есть, как бы, ну, вернули назад. А вот так назад это целый день проходит. Потому что нужно там 2 часа ждать опять, пока оно пересоберет все заново. Вот мы и вернулись назад. Вот мы и назад и вернулись. Тут и непонятно, что делать. Вот мы назад и вернулись. Остается только плакать. Зато GitHub тоже типа вернули назад. Ну, типа, и нормально все работало и без этого. То есть такой бардак, он все равно, типа, ну что ты, ну что все это, блядь. Такой, сука, бардак. Ну, хотя бы последнюю версию можно в порядок привести, и тогда будет нормально. Типа, не знаю. Ох, блядь, ну почему, блядь, ты почему, сука, у тебя эта ебаная хуйня, блядь? Ну почему, блядь? Ну почему, блядь? Я не могу тогда стримить, если она не будет, вот, не будет на половине ядер работать. Я, сука, не смогу просто стримить. Как это вообще возможно, блядь? Ох, блядь. Как я вот это вот делал, чтобы оно автоматически включалось, я уже нихуя не помню. Сука, блядь, не просто я просто не знаю, что делать, вот и все. Вот и все. Все всему объяснение. Да, еще 100 мегабайт, блядь, начни весить. Пиздец. Ах. А из-за чего 100 мегабайт, можно узнать? По какой такой, блядь, причине? Из-за воды, что ли? 100 мегабайт. Ну, 61, блядь, ладно, я, блядь, сука. Ну, 61 там все равно больше, чем было, но, блядь, как бы 61, похуй. Типа не знаю, что сюда, да, что сюда можно добавить. Нихуя не знаю. Вроде все, блядь, работает, но... Вроде все работает, а вроде и нет. Сделали бы, чтобы в число хоть урон какой-то проходил. В 2 раза больше. Сейчас так добегаемся, батарейка сядет и все. Так ничего не сделаем. Лагать начало. Только хули тут дырка какая-то. Вот, я вспомнил, что нужна лампа. Лампа там была, а тут нихуя лампы нет. И лампочки эти цветные раскидаем. И раскидаем их здесь где-нибудь. Типа можно же их 3 штуки сделать. Можно же их 3 штуки сделать. Bonsoir, oui. You see, we kind of reverted back. Que faites-tu aujourd'hui sur Unity? C'est not Unity, c'est Unreal. Aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui, c'est... Как было вчера. Hier. Aujourd'hui, c'est hier. And demain. Le lendemain. We need to make a lamp, like... Une lampe. Une lampe. Faire une lampe, oui. Also, I'm very confused with this GitHub kind of thing. This is so horrendous. You see, I couldn't commit large files, okay? And the game is made with large files. And that's an issue. I didn't commit for like a month, but because of that. It could be large. It's not large yet because it's like 100 megabytes, but it would be like gigabytes probably. And the thing is, it shouldn't track like precisely large files, okay? It just re-uploads them all one time. And not large files, it tracks them from the beginning. I tried to kind of set it up, but I didn't get it anyway. Those attributes kind of stuff. It added this attribute kind of stuff. Files is... You see, for example, we have 4 WAV files, like with the... Well, they're all called US set. Every file. Now, some of them are textures and some of them are like anything else. And long story short, all the resources should be there. Even made with the external programs like Blender and stuff, they need to be in the repository. I probably will set it up someday. Also, I've worked it from all this Le Bouleux and all this kind of stuff, okay? With houses. Because no more Le Bouleux, but we need to kind of redo it. Probably wouldn't be that kind of complicated to because I exported all this stuff. Blue is not that complicated. If I simply put it up there and start again, we'll see some difference. Yes. That's not what I want. I actually wanted inventory, and I want inventory and user setting. On separate server, yes, but that's very inconvenient. That's just you could do it with JIT. It just needs to be set up. Like it would download from JIT. It wouldn't track them probably, but it would keep and download them. It's called JIT large files file storage, yes. So I'm not sure if it works, honestly. I don't know how to use it, okay? Like it's just I install it, I track some file and I don't get if it does track it all or not. It should be simple, but I'm not very smart. I'm not very smart person. If I was smart person, I would kind of recognize all this stuff. You see, it's three strokes. Three like letter kind of things. Anyway, it works. It works because I don't have any large files yet, like really large files. I accidentally committed at the very beginning of when I created this repository, I accidentally committed like the actual game, okay? Like 100 megabytes, and it tracks it from the beginning, and it kind of keeps it in the repository, okay? That's just by mistake. And every time I clone the project, it is re-downloaded. It's 100 megabytes. If I do accidentally commit 1 gigabyte file, it would stop working at all, I think. So yes, that's what I tried to say. Yes, it's there. Like it's open source. Actually, the game is open source, okay? It's just kind of the Unreal Engine is open source. Like you could download the code, and the game also. And well, not open source. It's just kind of everyone could commit and do every stuff here and kind of add some function. I would like if there would be like people who participate, but it's well, I do not hope to find anyone. So I actually probably would be good if I put it in the description, which I also wanted to do. Well, there's no chat here. Okay. There's be a git link, a link to the page with screenshot and all this kind of stuff, and the description kind of stuff. And I think yes. Also, all this kind of, you know, I also seen some people upload their games there, like it's called itch.io or something. WoW file isn't problematic, but I wanted, like, for example, for example, start from this goddamn WoW files, which is like to see if it works. Okay, it probably didn't. There's you see, there's attributes and git ignore files, and it's simply, it should be somewhere there, I suppose. Maybe I screwed up because it's the WoW, okay? It's not the content slash WoW. Maybe because of that. Or those stars kind of things that should be before. They should be before and after. And I don't get if I need to put... I don't get if I need to put it in git ignore. If I put it in git ignore, or I should keep it from git ignore and put only in attributes. Well, that's the actual stuff. Okay, I don't know what's to write there. Attribute sys to keep tracks of tracked file. Anyway, I actually I don't use any large files anyway, so it's more for later. It's more for later. Actually, let's change the description. Or it's not there, it's only Discord. C'est trop compliqué. Trop. I don't get anything. You see, all this donations kind of stuff doesn't work. Those were the voice messages, les messages. I think it was better to well, yes, but everyone does it, like with this JIT LFS. It says actually gigabytes. Like I don't need terabits. I need gigabytes probably. Oh, textures, kind of models, kind of stuff, like, you know, is 8K textures, kind of megascans. Megascans, yes. All keep it there. A couple gigabytes in Cs. You see? Also, there should be a description page, like the game is about this kind of stuff, and you could level up, you could, especially you could spend all your money. When I get this functionality, I suppose that would be the main functionality of this game, because, like, something to make me rich. Okay? Does not work yet. Oh, there is the difference is I want to make this kind of very long continued development kind of stuff. Like you add functionality and kind of stuff else, characters, and it takes years. And those games, they're kind of made very quickly, and they had an actual release. Like there's an actual release, okay? You release it and you don't fix it after that. Oh, so I probably wouldn't upload it there. I wouldn't use it. Yeah, well, I actually only I actually only stream this kind of stuff. I guess obvious. It's obvious. It should be like if anyone is kind of, you know, they would see I'm doing this kind of stuff, nothing else. So, but yes, description. But there's people over the internet who they anything they do is they kind of busy with their advertisement. Like they only anything they do is kind of advertise themselves. Even the game, like the game developers, they ain't doing the actual game. They just like self-advertising. English would be no. In English, it's like English is a mistake. No, it's like it's bots. What I tried to say that and the actual product they do is not like the quality is not that good, because one person, like there is, if there would be like 10 people or 100 people, they wouldn't make any like this complicated kind of game. And for one person is also not like, maybe it's not possible. I don't think I'll kind of, you know, lift all this stuff. But anyway, if I also would do the advertisement like I do this, all this kind of descriptions, and I'll go somewhere kind of talking about, evangelize about this kind of stuff, then I would have no time to make the actual game, because that's not possible. So this all trop complicated kind of business kind of stuff, and English is a mistake. There should be no English at all. Screw it, there's too much competition. Also, there is this kind of Godot, the engine. Maybe it's not Unity, it's Godot. Well, he uses Godot. I use Unreal Engine, and it's they both are not Unity. Unity is different. Unity is kind of Unity is this kind of thing, like it's completely different. Okay? Unity is completely different. I think it would take years. Like we are here, like it's what you see there. It's like 3 months. It took me 3 months to kind of plant trees over the Antarctica, and I suppose it would take years to sign. Well, maybe not because I think I'm smart and I'll do it. But well, not instantly. You see, you also have those kind of characters which couldn't even move because all the skeletal animations are very hard. Yes, exactly procedure. Like it will, you push the button, it will generate the whole universe, like the galaxies, something like that. But you need to invent the button. Like the button wouldn't appear out of nowhere. So that's the direction of research. You see, screwed it up already. I actually want to use this program. Like it generates stuff. Like for example, if I want a bestiary, like I want the characters, okay? I want like hundreds different kind of characters, and they all kind of slightly, behave differently, and also like trees, forests, roads, quests, and all this kind of stuff is generatively would be generated, like, and it would be a huge. The game would be huge, and that's kind of what makes it. And you could do this with this program if only I knew how to use it. If only I knew how to use it. I only can use it for trees actually. You see, I already showed this L system kind of stuff which makes trees. But you could plant trees along the roads. And you could make roads with trees. And if you made roads with trees and with buildings and all this kind of stuff, it would make a city. And trees, like a lot of trees with rivers and kind of stuff, would make le champagne. Or villages. Goats. No, champagne is like the wine. How do you say the soul work? Maybe we need to start with a village. It's une champagne. Forget all this kind of stuff. You see? All this kind of flowers and grass. Campagne, yes. Man. Lane de Champ. So the champ is a field. What if you write it wrong? No, Houdini is not open. Houdini is not open source, but you can make assets with it. Actually, it has the free. Like I'm using the free version. Okay, it's like it costs $200 a year to use, but actually, I think I could cheat. Okay, if I use Python to export. Like all this kind of data set of stuff you could use Python. Okay, Python is it works in a free version. Also anything else it works in free. It's not free, it's like the demo, but probably not the best. But anyway, if we make like huge and competitive world in Houdini, I suppose $200 wouldn't be a problem. No, Blender is not also the Blender, yes, like the Unreal Engine, Houdini, and Blender. And for textures, there's this program called Quixel Mixer. Okay, it's like the how do you call substance designer, or however it's called, like for texture like those mega scans. And for like that's the pipeline, like it's called the pipeline for program scans. I should write all this below the description, so I know I'm registered. And the Blender, like open everything up. Well, it works, but I know how to log in, so maybe later. Blender is not working because my mouse is broken, and it used to have two buttons on the side, like mouse 4 and mouse 5, and I used those for the viewport, like to rotate. Now it doesn't work because I don't have those two buttons. And I don't know what to do. I can only zoom in and zoom out. Yes, but that's I think that's the only way. Because for example, in Unity there is no no all this fancy stuff what is in Unreal Engine is not in Unity. Like it even doesn't have a network, for example. Like you see, the game is actually, it works. It's I now I play on the client. You see, it's client and the server is kind of behind the scenes, and I play on the client. It's network kind of stuff. Like people could actually shoot each another. Okay. Well, in Unity, I suppose it wouldn't work. Also, there's lots of stuff that wouldn't work in Unity. For example, those megascans megascans is not for Unity. They kind of, if you have Unreal, you could use them. Though I'm not sure, but I also downloaded Unity before I downloaded Unreal. Like it was in 2 years ago, and I didn't like it. So I don't know why, but just it's like it feels like Unreal. It's kind of, it was graphically kind of, you push one button and you could actually play the game. In Unity, not really. So I'm trying to say that it's easy. It's easier. It's like it's easier. Okay, you could do a lot of stuff just with placing this stuff, like putting it from right to left like that. You see, that's the plane. And if you kind of scale it, it could be an actual platform on which you could walk. Or for example, I think we need to add the lightning, like those new clouds. Recreation with the modular tree. Maybe. Oh, all kind of trees, all kind of. That's the pine. There is a new year soon, and we need the pine and mandarins. Like that, okay? Need to make a new year kind of scene. A Christmas. I think I need to know what you need. That's just the... And Blender too. That's the only way. If I don't know it, then who knows it? Then no one knows it, and no one will kind of, the game wouldn't make itself by itself. There's actually lots of, tutorial, or how could you say it? Learn. You could learn from YouTube. Like there's lots of videos, like lessons and all kind of stuff. Maybe it's easier with Blender, but when in Blender it gets kind of too complicated, then in Houdini it's kind of, you know, it's complicated from the beginning, but it does not get more complicated. Okay, it's just kind of, it's it. It's, well, maybe yes, but it's just too good. It's like it's too good. It's like it's not in Blender. It's not really in Blender. Like you see, if you kind of, if I want to make a forest of trees there, okay, I kind of make the, how it's, what's it called? A grid. You put a grid. Actually, I probably wouldn't be able to produce it. Too complicated. There is points to copy and the geometry. Okay. You see, I scooped up. Maybe all the other way around. You see, it's like you could actually make the. Now it would be reasonable to rotate it. I don't know how to do something like that in Blender. It would take. It takes some time. Or field noise. You could actually use the height field, not the grid. Probably. I scooped up. Let's start over again. Height field. Yes. Trees. The trees. Scatter. It's called height field scatter. It's probably quite different. It's the primitives. And that's the terrain. And I broke it. Delete everything now. You see? What Blender you think can do that? And you actually can do that in Blender, but you couldn't if you change one. For example, if I want to change the tree, and it will change. Like it's just you change in the beginning and everything changes. For example, if I like if you have a huge city and forests and trees and you don't like, for example, like the you don't understand. You just change it and it changes everywhere. You don't need to redo all these schemes. And what about noise? What about noise? Yes, kind of lots of tree. Maybe we do less. Like you could actually make them too many, and it will broke. But what you couldn't do. Unity mod. You could do all this kind of stuff. You can do it. You could program the C++. You could program the Unity or blueprints in Unreal, or you can use Blender for the same. It's kind of not really complicated. Or you could use Houdini. I think Houdini is kind of for this kind of stuff. It's just way easier. Like I did like those le bouleux here, but you see it just kind of it's flat, okay. How to set what is custom or not. Well, if I want to make it not flat, like I want it to be on the terrain, when the terrain kind of it would be flat, like, and those birch trees, then the trees and the houses needs to be on the terrain. Actually, you can program that too, but you would be reinventing what's already there. Like it was there for like decades. Кыш отсюда. Кыш отсюда. Was there for decades. Пошла вон отсюда. И не приходи больше сюда. Like too many trees. I broke it. Coverage. I'm not sure if it's getting thicker or probably need to kind of, like the maximum. Yes, it's there, like 1000. What? Actually could convert it. Around. Does not look like trees. Now it looks like the trees. Probably you could actually poly reduce this kind of stuff. Or using a map in Unity, but you couldn't use a map in Unity and in Unreal. You mean in Unreal or on Unity? Yes, you need to match those. It's just you could actually export the whole, like, you could export like the geometry kind of stuff, or you could transform the map to the height map and then make the terrain in Unreal out of this height map. And terrain is in Unreal. Terrain is really helpful because it's kind of it's it tessellates. Like if you are near the terrain, you can see. Okay, if you far from the terrain, then you see less triangle. You get less triangle, and that's very helpful for performance. If you use geometry, it doesn't that it won't work that well because it would be like billions triangle. English is wrong. No one wants to speak English. It's hard. It's you couldn't even have words like see. And it should be en français. En français, c'est bon, c'est très bien. Mais I couldn't speak French. Je ne parle too many. And c'est not very bon. But we learn somewhere. So you could export anything. Also in Unreal, if I had the paid version, then there is just a plugin there, like plugin like there is a megascan, there is a plugin for megascans. Okay, you push the button and it makes textures. De trop technique, je sais pas comment le dire en français. Le track technique. Le track technique, c'est important. C'est like all this. Yeah. Maybe yes. Like in Russian, you could say the English word, or you could say if you're kind of really kind of you know like really kind of how it's called in Russian, you could say there was like for any technical kind of stuff there was in Russian there is kind of a contour like the actual translation, okay, not the English kind of word, but probably there is a Russian word too, but no one knows those Russian words. Everyone uses those English junk translations. You probably have a word for that. It's called champ d'écriture. Oui, like the champ. Les champs de hauteur. Yes, and if I had, if you, maybe someone does. Like if there's always people who like do not use any internationally kind of words from foreign languages. And then won't use any foreign words. Like grammarly kind of. I'd say there was like 5% or 10% of people who knows what the hate map is, and they would use the Russian word. And for any all this kind of technical kind of definitions. Coucher du soleil. Like, what is that? This actually is used very often. Well, it's kind of strange. It's called Coucher du soleil. Oui. It's like it's too long. It's like the yes, and if you have an actual paid version which costs $200 a year, then you simply push one button somewhere there, which is somewhere there, and it actually, well, you put the actor there, you place the, it's called Houdini plugin, yes? You place the actor there, something like that, and it automatically converts, I suppose, from there to there. You don't need to convert one terrain to another. I think. I'm not sure. And some goes for Blender. There's plugins for Blender, and I need to set everything up. Like, there would be plugins in Blender. I could do something in Blender, and it automatically comes here. When we make money, the first thing we do, we buy the software. And or we actually buy it before we make any money, because like it does not say it does not say anywhere I couldn't use. I couldn't use because I couldn't use plugin. Like, it's just I don't pay for it. Okay. But we can make some kind of custom data set for learning purposes. Maybe. And we actually, what actually that would be, it would be rewriting this already existing plugin which already works. It's kind of very stupid, like rewriting all this kind of stuff. It costs way more than $200 and completely stupid, I suppose. But anyway, you could use this program any way you want. You couldn't export anything, and but you can make renders. You could make renders, and there would be with the how do you say it? With the watermark or something. this little you couldn't render one only 700p and there would be watermarks. So actually, and the free version is the same as the paid version, except of what was mentioned. I don't use any pirated software. People they could simply download it from GitHub and use whatever way they wanted. Like it's open source. But there would be the paid, there would be the donate, there should be the donate, le boutique, oui, when you pay for kind of donate kind of stuff. When you buy some shiny weapons and all this kind of stuff. It's not pirated. It's like the demo version. It's actual legit. I know how to say it. No, gratuit, c'est non. Probably. It's actually expensive. What I see there are kind of do all this kind of stuff. It's actually expensive. It's maybe gratuit for who plays it, but or anyone else. But for me, I think it's not. And like the market costs, if you want someone to do something like that, they would ask some kind of economical stuff. So the economy is also very complicated. It's just and what I wanted to do, if you rotate, yes, I wanted to. So now there is no like was mentioned. Like it was mentioned, there is no way to put this kind of thing there. Okay, there is no way to do that. It would be probably with the plugin. It could be kind of but that does not mean we shouldn't work in the direction of the actual What also bothers me is like here you could actually see the points. Like you see there, it's the point. You could make everything a point. I know how to make trees. It's like it's the simply like you make the height field and you make and you scatter among the height like you scatter something. It's no it maybe not be, it could be a primitive, for example, like a cube. Like for example is a triangle, okay? You put it there, there will be no trees but triangles. Or you could actually somehow make it trees and triangles and anything else, and it's simplest. It's just simple. But the issue is that's anything I know. Like, I don't know anything else, and there's a lots of stuff here. It's like it's just it's not even 1%. It's not even 1%. Like those fire simulations, like you see, oceans. Oh, actually, what you can make here and you could make in Blender, or you could make in Blender, but you can do here like sculpting. Sculpting when you kind of sculpt things, okay, or modeling with with this kind of stuff, like by hand. You see, you could do this in Blender. You can do that quite easily, but here I think it's just not for it. Like the actual modeling, manual modeling, it's there is some instruments here for it, but they kind of suck. And sculpting is also, you better do it in Blender. There's lots of kind of, you can actually have this kind of, you know, the tablet with those kind of a crayon, like crayon. And you could actually sculpt by it, but not in Houdini. Or maybe I just don't know. There's also those kind of like ZBrush program is said to be better. Tablet graphic, yes. Also the animations. Tablet graphic is not worked. C'est les mots. You can actually, with the noise, for example, it's very simple. But you see, if you enable it, there would be no noise, but there would be scattered. But you could add a lots of different kind of noise. There's kind of those huge lessons how to make terrains, like real terrains, like those with cliffs and kind of roads and rivers, like not rivers but riverbeds or something. And that would be kind of look natural. So the noise is kind of only the beginning, or they could be lots of different kind of it could actually be octahedron. You see, there was lots of octahedrons spawned. And also you could polyreduce. Too many kind of polyreduce to 20%. It's generative. And actually, yes, well, while I try to say that here in Houdini, when there's OpenGL kind of stuff, you could actually see you could make anything a point. it will show like millions points, like this is a point, this point, point, not a primitive, a single point. It's like shader, like graphically, okay? And you could make like in, I don't have the newest video card, GPU, but it only shows like 1 million triangles or something, like 2 million 4 million, but it could show like 10 million points or 20 millions. It's like the simplest primitive, but I don't know why you couldn't draw it in Unreal. You couldn't draw it in Unreal for some kind of mysterious reason. Like, I want to draw here like 20 million points, but I couldn't make it because it's only triangle. It's only triangle, no points. That's stupid. I want to see points. They make this kind of hologram, like, actually maybe I could show it. Can we transform anything to points? Convert to. Convert to, like, Bezier could. No. How can we do it? That would be stupid. Yes, I broke it. That would be really stupid because I broke it. You see? It. Doesn't show right. No. No. Let me close you. Let me close you. Stupid piece of junk. Yeah, I broke everything. I probably broke the stream too. Yes. There is horrendous. Uh, uh, Yeah, I broke everything. I probably broke the stream too. Тут тоже все сломали, скотина. Что ты будешь делать? Вот нажали одну кнопку не ту и все сломалось. Потом все сделаем, потом продолжим. Потому что типа раз час прошел, то все. Вот и постримили.